Well, hello and welcome. It is Saturday morning, and I got my morning coffee, and I finally have found some more time to record a daily video. This week was crazy. I had a volleyball match on Monday and then some other obligations on the other days, so I didn't find the time to record. But today is another one where I will. And this one is an interesting kingdom in that it has a complete absence of a village and thus is much less exciting than it might have been otherwise. But well, we'll get through it, and it features cards from many different expansions, as always on Saturdays. Wait, let me hide my camera. There we go. Um, we have stuff from Prosperity, stuff from Cornucopia and Guilds. We have Renaissance, Intrigue, Empires, and Plunder, and an event from Adventures, I believe. Yeah. And yeah, that's a lot of different expansion stuff, but not overall that exciting. The most important cards here might be Catapult and Steward for trashing. Forge could also trash, but requires you to, well, find it with a good hand, and as there's no real way to increase your hand size here before playing the Forge, it kind of falls off. Also, maybe stronger than usual, just because there's not that much exciting stuff going on, is Cabin Boy, as it's essentially +1 card, +1 action, and +2 coins. Then yeah, I don't know. Steward is flexible, +2 money or trash 2 cards. I think usually you won't like to play it for the +2 cards. And Catapult, of course, can annoy the opponent and yeah, be a bit of a nuisance. And all of these other beautiful, beautiful draw cards, Journeyman, Swashbuckler, to a lesser extent also Magnate, they are not really playable here, especially if you go for a deck full of Cabin Boys. But even if you don't, well, Magnate is going to draw you at most 4 cards and is very likely to draw other cards dead. And the other ones, I mean, Journeyman might be better than Swashbuckler here, just because it might be able to filter through some of your junk, but also that will draw stuff dead, not too great. Monument also not that exciting, especially yeah, in the face of that you want to have Steward, you want to have Catapult. And also mission is not that exciting here, as it allows you to take an extra turn after this one, but not the third turn in a row, during which you can't buy any cards. Um, and yeah, I don't know, maybe early on this might be useful to find your steward, to put a cabin boy into play. But like if we open Cabin Boy Steward and we hit 4 on turn 3, then we might go for a mission there. But apart from that, it's not really super exciting. I don't know. There is a minor synergy here between Cabin Boy and Lurker, as you may trash Cabin Boys to gain a duration card, and then Lurker can recover those Cabin Boys from the trash. I'm not sure how much we're going to go for this, but it is something to keep in mind. And yeah, the game plan here, I think it's just going to be to get thin with Steward and maybe Catapult. I don't think it's bad to have both, especially Catapult later on might be a bit on the more annoying side. And yeah, I'm probably open with Steward just because it gets us trashing a tad faster, although I can also see Catapult. And then pick up golds, pick up silvers, and province rather early. Yeah, I don't know. That's the plan. Maybe we'll pick up an abundance or two via trashing cabin boys and retrieving them from via lurkers. But also that is not settled yet. The kingdom plot looks as follows. We have, well, as I said, no village. We have draw, which we can't really use. So essentially this is a no draw kingdom. We have thinning that is terminal. We have gains in abundance, which gives plus buy. and also Cabin Boy to a lesser extent. And yeah, Catapult is a strong attack, no news there. And the alt VP, well, it's coming from Monument mainly and is not going to be usable, so not the most exciting kingdom. As I said, opening wise, I think going for Cabin Boy Steward on the 4-3 is alright. It might also be Cabin Boy Catapult. If you feel very lucky, you can also go Steward Catapult, but I don't think you gain that much by having those two trashers, and if they collide, it's sad times. On the 5-2, it's even more sad times as, well, none of the fives are really appealing to justify having the 5, and actually I would just open Steward nothing and be a bit sad about this. But luckily we do not have this. We can just go for Steward Cabin Boy and be on with it. So I would say we start this game and just see how it goes. I bet, yeah, AI is going to open Catapult. And here, well, we draw a copper. Let's pick up a Catapult ourselves or Lurker already. I think Catapult is fine. It's a bit unfortunate we saw those two estates there. Oops, I didn't mean to trash this. Because that means we can't trash two estates here, but I think it's still fine. We could even go for a mission, but it's also not super exciting. Our Catapult and Steward might collide this shuffle. They don't, so that's great. And we can pick up our Lurker quite naturally. Last card is an estate. So I think this turn we are probably just going to play the Cabin Boy. No, what we could do, I think, and what isn't too unreasonable is just discard the Cabin Boy estate and trash, well, because we have a Cabin Boy in play, can trash a copper here with Catapult and we hit 4. And we can mission to get more Cabin Boys into play for the next turn and maybe trash even more. I think that's alright. It's not the greatest also, but well, and yeah, exactly this. We can put a Cabin Boy into the trash as AI doesn't have a Lurker, and trash an estate as AI has already discarded down to 3 cards. End our buys here and use this to gain a duration, I guess, or just +2 money twice, and then we hit 5. Is that even that desirable? I don't know. This is a weird kingdom. We're getting super thin here. We might trash the Steward to the Catapult. And actually, again, we do not have that much going on for next turn. Like we are going to be able to play all of those Cabin Boys, but to what end? Hmm. I wonder actually if it's better to just leave a Cabin Boy in the trash, gain 1 more here, and go for +2 money and pick up the first gold. It's not super obvious to me, but being a bit thicker here should be alright. And we are hit with this attack, which means we won't hit 4 this turn unless we go for Catapult Cabin Boy discard here. Do we want that? Yeah, I think we're going to mission and just put a bunch of Cabin Boys into play. And that should be a good use of our time. And this Lurker can also pick up this Cabin Boy from the trash. We do not find the Steward, which would have been great here, but well, we do get to put these 2 Cabin Boys in play. And AI is picking up silvers, which I don't think are that great here. But yeah, we can gain yet another cabin boy. Nice, we immediately pick it up with this Lurker. And do we want to pick up a gold here? Do we want to attack AI here? Those last cards include Cabin Boy, Gold, Estate. I think we just attack AI and go for one more mission turn, and then we should get going and start provincing soon. I mean, is it even worth that much to attack AI here? Huh. I think it's at least worth enough to go for another mission turn. Pick up another cabin boy. And yeah, we get those in play. We could curse AI here, or we could just trash out an estate. Both are fine, but I think, yeah, for now, I'm super unsure about this. For now, we can just thin out one more estate, I think, and then the Steward might be useful in getting us to more money later. Now here, actually, let's discard these two and just get some cabin boys into play, maybe buy a gold. And AI seems to think the same, but buying gold right now should be quite good still. And I committed a mistake there by not trashing a cabin boy there, but it's fine. And does this want to be gold or province? Maybe province already, actually. And we can gain a duration here and just go for a gold here once again. It's fine, it's still not too late. And this is annoying, but also fine-ish, I think. I think we discard this Steward in the hopes of finding the other gold. And we do, so we can pick up a province. And we got two cabin boys in play. And there is still a cabin boy in the trash. No? There isn't, but in the hopes of finding... we're not going to hit 8 here anyway, so we might as well put an abundance into the shuffle. Last card is a Lurker there. And yeah, we know that we will put a bunch of cabin boys into play, and we can use this abundance to... Well, we do hit quite a number here, actually. We could use this abundance to just bully AI a bit. Or do we want to get it into play and just pick up a duchy? A curse it could trash, but having it hit a hand size of 3 might hurt it. So yeah, let's curse it and annoy it a bit. And pick up another gold. We have 5 cabin boys in play, so should be quite well off. And we can curse AI once again. Well, let's not show it our gold that we put in play. And now we don't have any cabin boys in play, but we do at 6 still, so I guess we could go for a mission turn, actually. I think I like setting up the turn after this turn. I hit 6, probably goes for a duchy. And yeah, let's try to... No, actually, yeah, let's try to put some cabin boys into play. And that's actually too many. We won't need that many, although we do have the abundance there, so we might be able to go for a double province turn. No, we will never be able to go for a double province turn here. But we can gain one more abundance, right? And yeah, pick up this cabin boy. No, this is really a pity that we just have this one abundance here and not two. I didn't fully think this through. We could double province here if we had a means of gaining another duration card. As it is, we might be forced to pick up this province, which also isn't the greatest because now all of our cabin boys are in play. And yeah, hmm. What do we do here actually? We just saw too many cabin boys on this mission turn, and I shouldn't have played all of them. Does it even make sense to go for a duchy? In the end, we will need to pick up these two provinces, but we do not really have the means to do so. This is a conundrum. Could pick up a forge as a lucky guess. We could go for another mission, which would be just much of a waste. Ah, yikes. What is the situation I have maneuvered myself into? Yeah, I think I'm feeling another abundance actually. Just in order to go for more stuff. This Lurker also isn't the greatest right now. We could attack the AI here, or we could just mission. I think missioning is the best we can do here in order to maybe set up another good good next turn, and this is looking great. We get to put 3 abundances in play, 6 cabin boys, and this should ensure us to have a blast of the next turn. Yeah, okay. In the end, this worked out, but it was a bit scary. But yeah, now we can just buy a Lurker, and then we could even triple province. This was weird. I think what went wrong there was that all of those cabin boys bunched up on the penultimate turn. I like having the majority of the cabin boys. I like how much we attacked AI. I think the curse and the discard attacks in the end there hurt a lot. But yeah, I don't know what it is about this kingdom. It's not the greatest to play, and then there's a bit of, well, draw luck shenanigans. I think we had the superior deck by far. Like, look at this. I had also auto silvers, fewer cabin boys, and this curse and the estate. So it had a much junkier deck while we were more focused on the provinces. But yeah, I don't know. This is still um, a weird one. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I might be able to record one tomorrow. I'm not sure about the future weeks, the coming weeks. Christmas time is always busy, so yeah. But in any case, I will try to catch you in the next one, and until then, goodbye.